All right. So we're going to be building a Nerf blaster today. The biggest Nerf blaster there is. There's nothing bigger. Uh, so this is the Mammoth Greg by Misplaced Moose and Evan. Uh, we'll just get right to it. Now we're going to be kind of following along with YouTube instruction video on how to build this. Um, I've watched it once because I edited the assembly video, but we're gonna watch it again to put it together. Um, so before we get started, shout out to our sponsors for this build, West 3D. It's kind enough to provide all the filament for this. No small task. Uh, 8 kilograms of filament to print all this. I had some printers working hard for a few days. So, Mad Dog Jeff, welcome in. So, this is being streamed live on Discord. If you're interested in following along with any of Nerf Blaster builds live, Stagecoach is coming up next week. Uh, make sure to join the Discord link in the video description. Um, it's recorded and then uploaded to YouTube as a video. Why? Because YouTube's policies for firearms, uh, they ban you first and ask questions later. And I'd rather not get banned on YouTube for live streaming Nerf Blaster build. But what's cool about it is because it's live on Discord, y'all get to join in and talk with me and conversate as we build this. Um,
Without
so
having to read text.
yes, which is actually really nice. It makes building stuff go a lot faster when I don't have to pause and stop and read text. So um, here is the assembly video. Um, this is the man's great. It is this Nerf blaster will be taller than me. Uh, so let's start off, figure out what we need.
All right, here's what you're gonna need.
A lot of yellow bins.
File of some kind, deburring tool, 4mm Allen key, the printed parts, the pusher, and the plunger, the pusher back for parts out of your and the two grip pieces here. 270mm bolts, two of the large round O-rings, one of the middle round O-rings and the small round O-ring, and 6 screws, and your plunger tube. All right, first off, let's get this plunger tube worked out. Figure out what the depth you need to scrape the surfaces, and use that to score the inside of the plunger tube. You're trying to create some tooth for that epoxy to stick in.
All right, so we'll pause there.
Is he cutting that piece of tubing down?
Now,
or he's scuffing it up?
Yeah, scuffing it up.
Epoxy.
So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna get a file. And I'm gonna get some epoxy. Plastic bonder epoxy. It ain't clear, but it bonds plastic. Good old JB Weld. So we got some JB Weld plastic bonder epoxy. And we got a file. Let's grab these parts.
Alrighty then.
1, 2, our 2 handle, and then plunger tube. All right, so we're gonna measure the depth of this thing, and then we're gonna scrape our plunger tube.
For anybody that doesn't know, this is the only blaster that I've ever seen that has a two-handed prime.
2-handed and a chest. Let's try to make sure we got this good and scratched up. That epoxy something to grab onto. All right. Now, let's go. Unfortunately, if I fire up this other iPad, I don't trust my AirPods not to switch to the other thingamabob. So,
Just out of curiosity, when you were printing the parts for this, what size build plate were you using?
so you need something that's at least 256 in Z. So this piece here is your tallest one, I think. That or yeah, this is your tallest one. And this is but there's some tall pieces. So this is like 251, 252. There's a lot of tall pieces to this. By the way, this one piece, over 800 grams of filament just for this one part of the blaster. And the print speeds I did it at, what came in at 33 hours. Yeah, for one part.
So multiple printers would definitely be an asset.
Yes. I said I pushed. So I started printing on Tuesday. I printed all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday, and everything was done this morning when I woke up. With the exception of the second magazine is almost done now. It's been printing today. All right. So
I'm just gonna scrape around in there. About that. Let's work it out a bit.
This is Misplaced Moose's video, by the way. If you're interested,
Good enough. That'll work.
I will
Next up,
include a link in the description.
These two pieces need to be assembled with an O-ring in between. Might be a good time to use a little bit of lube on that to make sure it goes on nice and smooth. sometimes would suggest putting some E6000 on this to hold it together, but it hasn't proved necessary. The seal is perfect without it. But if you're going to be running your grid pretty hard, that might be a good idea. Connect these two pieces together, lining up the little nubbins. 6 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'll probably do this in a solid pattern.
All right, so we'll pause there for a minute. Get back over to our build camera. I need to move this because I can't move my mouse. Martin, I feel like as this thing comes together, I'm going to have less and less room to actually build anything.
Did you break it yet?
Yes. So I was doing some test fitting earlier, and this piece here, I managed to snap right here, and I picked up a bottle of gloop at 3D Printopia, and we put it to use to gloop that back together.
Nice.
So I did, in fact, break it already. All right. So O-ring. Get our
Broke my
bottle
Rat
of
King
lube.
on the first test fire.
You broke your Rat King on the first test fire? What part broke?
The part on the ass end that you glue into place, I don't think I used enough glue.
You're always yelling at me about not using enough what's it called? You printed that PLA. You gotta get some gloop, man. You gotta gloop that stuff together.
All right.
All
Like,
right.
I popped it off and it come flying off. It hit me in the face.
So we got that. That in here.
So what colors did you go with?
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Let me get some a screwdriver here real quick. Let me get this O-ring down in place. So this white color is West 3D's Ambrosia Cool Gray and PLA. And then this part here is West 3D's Titanium Anode.
Yeah, I want to try that cool gray.
Yeah, it's a nice color.
Yeah. All you got to do is white them eyes of yours out and snipe anybody.
There we go. Let's get the old screwdriver out and get our screws put in. One, two, three, four, 5. And 6. All right.
Okay, next up, let's pick up handles on. Shut that down.
All right. So handles. Oh. So these big long screws kind of act as a way to take up most of the force of
Yanking on them.
yeah, because you use this to prime it. Screwdriver said no. Let's get a screwdriver with a little more oomph. So that's all. That's a big screw into a lot of plastic.
Yep.
I'm gonna set the last bit of this by hand.
So how many walls and infill was that thing printed at?
It's 30% infill for the general setting. So some stuff is printed at different stuff, but general setting is 30% infill, 4 walls, 5 top, 5 bottom.
Isn't too bad.
So if you can print all of this with no failures, you need 3 spools of your main color, 2 spools of your second color, 2 spools of your tertiary color, 1 spool of orange, and TPU. So you need a total of 9 spools of filament. You're not going to use quite all of it. Printed parts, I think, end up being right around 6 to 7 kilograms. But yeah, that's where things stand. Like I said, that's with no print failures. So you're probably going to want to your main color. You're going to want to grab 4 rolls of it, because if you have 1 part fail, you're going to need 4 rolls. All right, let's head back over here and see where we're going next. I don't have a good way to pipe the audio from this video into you guys in chat. It'll be in the YouTube video though. So we're putting those in. All right, now we're going to do some epoxy.
Put both O-rings on back. Works. And then take all this epoxy and slather it over those little indentations on the side. Just make sure they're all filled in.
Right.
There we go. Okay, and just kind of work it on there. Any excess at this point can be cleaned off with a paper towel and soap and water. I'm just gonna use my fingers. So I'm here.
All right. I've got those same paper plates in the kitchen.
And for the last step, I'll put the O-ring on the top here. Now your plunger is nice and plunger.
All right. So let's and for those wondering how big said plunger tube is, you could wear it as a bracelet. Let's just make sure this goes on all right. Before I coat it in epoxy, right? All right. There are two O-rings. One and two. So I'm going to zoom this out a little bit so it's a little bit. By the time this is all said and done, we're going to need this. We're going to need a larger viewing angle. There we go. All right. Look at that. Comes with a stick. I think they should include like more than one stick in these things. Looks like we're going to need a fair bit of this. Yep. So, Martin, when are you going to build yourself Mammoth Greg?
I don't know yet.
I know you want to.
Well, duh. I got to build my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle katanas.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if Steven's going to order his Mammoth Greg kit before or after the stream is done.
Don't be scared, Steven.
He can't talk right now. He's typing in his credit card information. Wipe the extra epoxy off on my pants.
It's a good place for it.
All right. Let's go get shop rags. You know how I know Steven's been looking at this? He knew exactly how much the prices were earlier.
You fired one of those before?
Have I fired one of these before?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you're
I
in.
saw Albie's Murph on his table.
You're in for quite the treat.
So, for those that don't know, November 22nd, we got a big celebration stream going on the channel. And we were discussing earlier today. I did a video, Nerf Blaster review video, where I let my 6-year-old daughter shoot me with all the current 3D printed Nerf blasters I had. All the way up to the latest release. It just came out the other day. Misplaced Moose's Bison blaster. And yeah, it hurts. So we're debating on maybe doing a thing during that celebration stream where we let somebody shoot me with the Mammoth Greg. Now, obviously, we can't show the Mammoth Greg on stream, so that'd be off camera, and you just see me taking the hit from the Mammoth Greg from like 10 feet away.
Definitely make your voice change.
Yeah. All right, so let's put this off to the side.
With a cut down dart or a TPU dart?
No, not the TPU one.
Come on, man.
Just a regular MXL. Listen, I'm not trying to die. I did save all the filament boxes, though, from this build. And at the end of the stream here, we're going to see if it can shoot a TPU head dart through all of the boxes from filament that was used to build it. All right.
All right, next up we'll do the plunger. For printed parts, you're going to need the plunger and the plunger extension. Out of your hardware kit, you're going to need the shortest piece of threaded rod, the 2 square O-rings, the PPA CF plunger catch, a washer, and 2 of the 1032 nylock nuts for tools, a pair of pliers, and 3/8 inch nut driver or socket.
I'm watching the instructions. Let me bring you over here for what we're getting
this
ready
part,
to do.
We'll start with getting this on. Thread it on as best you can. It may need pliers to hold on to get it down far enough.
All right. So
If
we're
it's a little bit
kind of
tight,
follow
feel free
along a little
to
bit.
use a round file to get it where you need it. Once that's on, now lock nut. Don't bother about these, worry about these threads in the middle, it can hold up. It's not necessary, just the tips are the important part. Get that on until just a little bit of the threaded rod comes out the other side.
I think I've got to do
Step.
Nessie and then
Extension.
another 31K and do some work on the quicks, and then I'm caught up on the blasters.
Washer.
That's a lie.
So there's going to be a little bit of extra here. This will give you a place to grab onto with your pliers, gently in this case, because you're going to need those threads. Get it started.
Wait a minute. Okay, so this is where things go a little bit different for our build. Because we're not going to be using this. We are going to be using from RoboMan, we've got the moose nut. We've got moose spits and we've got moose nuts over here. All sorts of moose stuff.
Gotta love those little custom accessories.
Yeah, this is CNC. This is the catch.
Right?
I'm wondering if I shouldn't Loctite this on.
That one I would.
Yeah, I think we're going to put a little bit of blue Loctite on there. Get Sissy. Sissy knows how to get the Roblox on TV. All right, we got some blue Loctite. She does know. She's lying to you. She knows how to turn on the Xbox. I'm not going to argue with you, Aria. Well, I can't really do much about your Xbox right now. I am live streaming. What are you asking me here? Okay, well let me see it. Turn it around. Chicken's cooked. Huh? Of the pan? Yeah, it's the grease from the. All right. So I need to wipe this off. The excess Loctite. No, I'm not coming in to turn on the Xbox. Aria, please stop.
Professional boxer.
Washer. So there's going to be a little bit of extra here. This will give you a place to grab onto with your pliers, gently in this case, because you're going to need those threads. Get it started. started, we can move back here. The objective is to keep all the extra threaded rod towards the front. That catch usually stays put, but you may need to fiddle with this to get it right. Don't over tighten this. It's not that important. It just needs to exist. If you over tighten it,
Okay. So we need our washer and lock nut. I don't think my nut driver is that big. It's not. I don't have a nut driver that size. All right. So just do it the old-fashioned way. I know what we'll do. We'll go over to the toolbox and we'll get a deep well socket.
Zoom, zoom.
So it's 3/8. And then
By the way, did you tell Ziggy
yeah, when you don't know, you know how to turn on the Xbox?
Xbox has things on her like
All right. There we go. One plunger assembly. We got some chicken over here and some West 3D caramel apple hot sauce. That's good. All right. And then I think we just need to
this starts bulging and it gets weird. And you
put
might
on
make your
the
plunger a little too
O-ring
short.
thing.
So just perfectly stiff. Both of the square O-rings go on this. one is, it should only need one, but two gives you a little bit of extra insurance. There, you now have a plunger. Let's build the receiver section. For this, you're just going to need 4
Set our
screws.
plunger over here.
Top and the bottom of the receiver. Potentially a hammer and a screwdriver. Top goes on like so. Make sure that it's nice and tight against there, which is where the hammer comes in handy. Two screws here, 2 screws here. Kind of at angles.
All right. This is the part that I broke earlier. Trying to dry fit this together. So we got this and this.
Good luck.
Oh, well, it's backwards.
So this one's firing XLs, or is this one firing silly shells?
XLs. MXL darts.
I think I need to dig around in some of the underground holes and see if there are any glow-in-the-dark XL.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Because then we could put like a tracer mod on this car.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
All right. Got our dead blow. All right. Da Vinci, how's it going? So let's see here. One screw. This purple is Ambrosia's Violet Void.
A nice look to it on camera.
Yeah, it's a beautiful filament. They all are. All right. Now let's see if we can get this screw to go in there. If it doesn't want to go. There we go. She tightened in there now. Oh. Tell you what, if you like hot sauce, check out West 3D's caramel apple hot sauce. Woo, it's good.
No.
It's not super hot.
You
It's
said caramel.
almost all flavor.
Yeah, you said caramel and apple. That was enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. All right, let's go back and see what we got next. Yeah, I feel better now. He struggled with that one too. If you want to build this blaster, go check out Moose Mod Shop.
This one came out nice. This has a screw.
It's got this one and
Here.
lots of other ones. 31K is a really fun high-powered pistol.
Won't reach.
My neighbor hates it.
And a screw.
It stings.
And there.
Just a
All
little
the
bit.
power of a really high-power rifle in a pistol.
I mean, I'm an old guy, but I palmed one of those rounds and I bruised my palm for 3 days.
Yeah. All right, so now we need this thing. And that goes on like so.
So how many colors did you go with for this?
So it's Ambrosia's Violet Void. They're titanium ano. They're cool gray. And then we've got some orange from CC3D. It's just a really tough PLA for some of the high wear impact parts. And then just some TPU, 95A TPU. Dealer's choice on that. Ambrosia sells it. It's really good price for TPU over there. You're not going to find a better price on it. It's a kilogram for less than what a half a kilogram costs you from most other places. All right. So there's one sub-assembly done. We're just stacking up sub-assemblies over here and eating some dinner as we go.
Worst ways to spend an evening.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now,
trigger guard. For this, you're just going
Looking
to
at
need to
trigger
glue
assembly. So we got
the
this.
trigger guard itself and the pusher pieces.
This.
Assemble this through the trigger guard here. Make sure it slides freely. The angle will be going away from the bottom. So, like this.
Hold on a second. What did you say?
Place a drop of super glue. Will be going away from the bottom.
Okay.
So, like this.
There's a little angled nip on the bottom of this.
Place a drop of super glue in the button or two. Hold that there until it dries. And your trigger guard is done.
All right. Seems simple enough. Okay. I think this might be the mag release. I'm assuming this is the mag release. Yeah. It's just some super glues. Should I super glue this or should I gloop this in there? All right. There you go. Super glued. So that's super glued together now. Another subassembly done. Another bite of chicken. I keep having this thing where dinner gets done right after, like, start streaming. So then I miss dinner. The stream goes like 5 hours, and then I'm eating really cold food at 1 a.m. All right.
Well, you know, not everybody uses gummy
Let's
bears.
get the trigger installed. For this,
Yeah.
you're just going to need the bungee and the heat set threaded piece that'll go into the top hole of the trigger. I apologize, I already put these together earlier. Just push it in, hold it in with it, take a soldering iron, push it in. Alternately, you could use a piece of threaded rod and a lighter to get it hot enough so that it seats, and then make sure all the lines are nice and clean. There's a channel here that it rides in. Make sure that's nice and free of friction. To assemble it, this is your trigger spring. Thanks, Sleebutts, for the idea on this. It's proven useful on multiple builds. Tie a knot. Put it through here. Run the trigger, run the string through the bottom hole. We'll find a hole in there that it runs in. Just push it through. Probably use something to grab the other side. Get it the rest of the way up. There. Tie this somewhat tight. The looser, as long as you've got, as long as it returns to home, that's all this needs to accomplish. The less tight it is, the better. But like that, this needs to return back home. Cut off the excess, and your trigger is installed.
All right. Get this done. Got the heat set iron heated up over here. All right. And then our piece of bungee. Guess I can tie this in a knot first.
Is that like 2 mil bungee, or is that a 4 mil?
This might be like 3 actually. Yeah, this is like 3 millimeter. It comes in the kit. And then we'll get this over here. Is this small view down in the bottom left-hand corner of any actual value?
It's giving you an overall. I mean, as far as detail goes, that's for your center, but it's a good layout of everything going on the table.
No, there we go. All right. I said that's good. All right. Where'd I put my drink? There it is. All right. Let's go back over here.
Okay, let's do the mag release. We'll need a 25 millimeter pin, the smallest spring, the mag release, and your mid piece with the trigger in it. If your prints are a little tight like mine are, the trick is you can take the pin itself, chuck it in the drill, and use it to remount your hole a little bit to make it a little bit smoother. It creates a nice smooth wall. All right. A little drop of super glue in here. Hold the mag release spring in place. If you wait for it to dry, which I'm not going to do.
Are you done yet?
No.
This piece will end up resting inside here. to get everything lined up. Pin in. That's the function. Looks good. Okay, now your mag release is in. Okay, grip and trigger.
All right. Rolling my thing across the room over here. All right. So you need to have a super glue. I think that's more just to hold it in place while you get everything going. Or anything. Slide that in. All right. That ain't gonna work. Hmm. There we go. Now it's working. There's like a little lip. I had it on the wrong side. You're not even looking at the right cameras. So right here, there's a little lip on the other side, and I had it wrong way around. Okay. Monitor uncom.
Trigger guard. You're going to need a screwdriver, a bunch of screws, your trigger guard, grip, and your fully assembled mid frame here. Start by putting the trigger guard in, and then the grip slides into the dovetail in the back. There's screws here, here.
Oh, where'd these screws go?
Mid frame here. Start by putting the trigger guard in, and then the grip slides into the dovetail in the back. There's screws here, Let's see on the other side. I'm going to check for function. That should push the magazine completely clear when you push on it. Yes, it's my finger length, not yours. And grips installed. Let's get the stock.
All right. So let's see here. We've got this here. Then we've got the grip goes here. There we go. I don't like to use electric screwdrivers for putting these little screws in the plastic. Moose assembles a bunch of these. So he's got a touch for it, I'm sure, but I'd rather not strip out a part that takes an entire roll of filament to reprint. All right, so is this release all the way? Yep. Okay. Good deal, good deal. I've got Nerf blasters smaller than just that part. Let's see where we're going next.
Assembled and the trigger rod depth. You're going to need the shorter or medium length piece of threaded rod, couple of pins, handful of screws. We're going to take the stock, the thumb hole part of the stock, cheek rests, and the whole receiver assembly here. Start by taking the catch lifter, putting it back here, sticking out the back a little bit. And screws. Pins are a little. There we go. Should make a nice hole.
I've been eating.
I'm ready to get it there.
Dun, 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 dun.
And something to drive it in a little bit further. There we go. Work on that until it has as little friction as possible. Okay, also, while we're back here, this surface needs to be as smooth as possible. So to hit it with a file, put it on something smooth. These plates are build plates like a pretty slippery surface, but that's for future.
All right. Let's grab some parts real quick. So this is going in here. I just want to see how this is fitting. So let's go in there. Okay. Let's go grab a drill because this is a little tight. Can't reach my batteries. Good. Okay. So let's do this part first. Right, stuff's falling. Oh, pulling. All right. And then this is going to go in through here. Phil, how's it going? One of these days, we're going to get you to build a blaster. All right. Let's not stab myself in the hand. Just go get the right tool for the job.
So can you tell me in what world that a 5-foot tall Nerf blaster is the right tool?
Hey guys,
Hey, Phil, how's it going?
sorry about the echo.
All good, mate. In a world where one man must fight off a horde of zombies with a Nerf gun.
I heard a wild rumor that that post from Bontech was the announcement of the pre-orders. For Index.
What announcement?
Bontech put a post up on Facebook about the 18th of November.
Huh. I'm never on Facebook, so probably why I didn't see it, but
Let me see if I can find it.
go back over here.
Part. Next up, we'll put the thumb hole stock in. Push the pusher all the way up to that. We'll get to that later. And then pin goes.
I just posted
here.
it in the chat.
doesn't go in all the way. Just most of the way.
That's
A
all they
little bit
posted.
sticking out. That'll pick
Oh,
up.
I
be
did get
picked
an
up
alert on
later.
my phone, on my watch
2
about
screws
with that.
either side. Okay.
Which will be interesting because that'll mean that they want your money for about 3 months before they can deliver. Which isn't
This
as bad as
surface
the
needs to
U1, I
be
guess. Because
as
they've
smooth
got
as
5 months
possible.
delay now between
Hit
pre-order
it
and
with a
delivery.
file, put it on something smooth. These plates
Yeah, probably.
build plates leave a pretty slippery surface. But that's for future part. Next up, we'll put the thumb hole stock in.
All right, so
Push
size
the
pin is
pusher
here?
all the way up to that. We'll get to that later. And then pin goes here. It doesn't go in all the way. Just most of the way. A little bit sticking out. That'll be picked up later. 2 screws. Either side. Okay.
All right, so back over here. Let's get our stock. Push that down in there. Then I'll put a pin in here. Okay, there's no hole there, so okay. And 2 screws. So you think Bondtech's releasing that? What, end of January?
Their blog says they won't be available till the end of Feb.
Oh, so 4 months. So end of February turns into middle of April. Oh, get another bite of chicken. And see where we're going next.
Anyway, I just cruised in to pass that on. I'm going to go take the kid to swim school.
Well,
Catch you
here
guys.
my one's hole.
All right, later, man.
Cheek rest.
Good thing about this taking a while to put together is that epoxy has a while to set up, I guess.
Cheek rest. Okay, most important part of this build, getting this rod to the right length. There's a hole in the grip that leads to the trigger, and this screws into it. What you're going to want to do is test fit this together. And what should happen is this should not be visibly pushed up as the trigger moves in. It should just touch it, and as you can see, I need to pull the trigger rod in about that much because it moves. Screw that down a little bit.
Don't forget to lube.
Yes,
Just-
lube.
Let's see. Just barely moves when I get there. Any movement at all is not good, so we need to pull in a couple more points. If need be, get your pliers for this. Down. Didn't move. And trigger can push it freely.
All right. So let's get this set up right. So we got the threaded rod down in there. Goes into the trigger. All right. Let's see how that's fitting. We want to make sure. Nope. Needs to not push on this at all. All right. So that needs to screw in quite a bit, bud. Okay. Yep. Still pushing on it. I need to go in another quarter of an inch. All right. See, these parts take a little bit of time, but there's in every build there seems to be that one part you just gotta take your time with, and make sure that you do it right. There's a little bit of take up there, but that's going to get sucked together at some point, I'm assuming. There's not that much that needs to get sucked in. All right, so I think we're good now.
Hey, Alex, can you hear me there now, mate?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What's up?
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, Mad Dog here, mate. I am going to bail. Sorry, I'm at work at the minute, and I've had the boss looking over my shoulder, so I've had to try and do this on my phone so I could talk to you. But I'll try and catch this after. You're doing a video on it, aren't you?
Yeah, so this will get uploaded as a video on YouTube, so you can go back and watch the whole thing. You just can't live stream it to YouTube, so we do it this way for
Yeah,
our
cool.
blaster builds.
Sweet. All right, no dramas. All right, well, look, I'll look it up a bit later, mate. I better go because I got the one breathing over my neck.
All right, later, mate.
Beautiful. See you guys.
All right. Back to the video.
Nice. Okay, so that's depthed correctly. And that part of the stock is assembled. Future reference. And here's about 9¼ inches of threaded rod coming up from the grip. And that should be about the length you're aiming for when these are being installed. Next up, we'll get the catch holder installed. For this, you're going to need a few screws, a couple of pins, the catch plate itself, the little black spring that came in your hardware kit, catch holder, and the stock assembly itself, and a little bit of lube. You're going to make sure this is nice and smooth. That's nice and smooth. The less friction between these two surfaces, the better. That's nice and smooth. Just make this a little nicer. Rub in a little bit. Move on to that whole back hole area here, which is wholly appropriate if you know why. All right. Catch plate has a little nubbin on it. Put that on the cut end or the squared end of your little black spring. Don't let your black spring get away. Install catch plate with the rounded piece facing toward the stock. That should move easily. Little friction as possible. Next up, I'll grab a couple of pins. These two holes. Pins. Nice.
All right.
There's two holes for screws. most of the heavy lifting on this is going to be done by the bolt coming through and catching the plates. So this just needs to hold it there for now. And the catch should be extremely visible through the catch plate should be extremely visible through the hole. More the better. If we're back to testing our trigger again, you can see fully visible, and it should lift up entirely when I pull the trigger, which it does. All right, that's the stock assembly done.
All right. I feel like we're starting to get someplace. Let's see. That's one nice thing about printing on a smooth build plate is stuff is nice and smooth. So just give her the old lube job. One spring. How far did this move? Because this isn't going very far up. Let's go. Let me go back and look.
Or the squared end of your little black spring. Don't let your black spring get away. Install catch plate with the rounded piece facing toward the stock. That should move easily. Little friction as possible.
I'm thinking we needed this spring. I think we might have needed that spring. Because I don't think this is going to move out of the way enough to allow that to release. I don't want to lose the spring. There we go. Shit. This is going to be fun. Can I get this out without? All right, let's see. All right, we've got that spring up. Now, before we go through the hassle of putting that spring in there, let's test this with this spring over here. It definitely goes further. Yeah, pretty sure that spring goes there. Means I gotta try to get this. All right, let's get this assembled. Let's get this assembled, then I'll worry about that. All right. So then we get 2 pins. 1, 2. And then 2 screws. Okay. Then this goes like this. Yeah. It's looking right. Stick this back out. Now, let's try to get this spring in here. Can it be done? Don't know. All right, I think we're gonna have to take this apart. Sometimes in these builds, it's extremely difficult to tell things apart. Um, for springs and whatnot. Get out of the way. All right. My back is killing me. We put super glue in this to start with. Dab of super glue in there. Okay. All right. This is not working. This is too much spring for this. What do I got in my thing of springs? My daughter was throwing these filament boxes on the floor. All right. Bust out the box of springs. All right. That'll work. Let's put screws back in. There we go. All right. Let's clean this area up some. Where did I put the epoxy? Oh, I put it back in this thing. So let's put this back on the shelf. This back on the shelf. Look at those other filament boxes. And more dinner.
Next up, I'll grab a couple of pins. These two holes. Pins. Squarey pieces here. You'll need rail number 4, the 2 pieces of the riser, and the 3 pieces of the barrel core. The barrel core pieces have numbers and arrows on them showing orientation. They're held together simply by pins. That's the barrel shroud. These are held together with a couple of pins through here. Actually, these drill it because they're a little bit tight. I want these 2 pieces to fit really tightly together. Okay. Rail number 4 fits in like slow with the hole facing out. This is a slip fit. Don't push it too far in. The depth of it will be determined by how your prints went together. It's very tight. Getting it back out is a pain in the ass, so just like put it in a little bit. That'll be sufficient to get us to the next step.
All right. Easy enough. Let's go back over here. Get some pins, I guess. One. There's two. There's the rail. And these two pieces. And then part number 4. Going to go in there. Modern.
Next up, we're going to get the muzzle together. You're going to need a couple pins, a whole bunch of screws, the regular nut, one of the 1032 bolts, and rail number 1. And we'll get this together. The nut drops into the tension bar and gets dropped through that hole there.
All right. I'm going to do this real quick because I don't want to forget what we got. So, nut goes in there. We got a front piece. That goes in like such. Good.
Just like that. The bolt goes through the hole at the front and meets up with that nut on the other side. Once it's in, it should pick up, but not. There we go. That'll be how we tension the rod when we get to that point. And at the end with the most screw holes, in this case number 3, gets dropped down into the dovetails there. There's 6 screws on either side.
See the right size for this? Yeah. All right.
And then rail 1.
So let's see. I've already, as you have watched, screwed this part in. We're going to drop this in. We'll get some screws. One, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. This is just me and you now, Steven. Maybe it's just me. Back to what life was like before streaming. Crazy guy in his garage doing projects, talking to himself. No, that's a good color combination. And then it goes all the way to the front. Oh, I forgot to tighten some screws. Okay. Let's go back over here. Get this out.
Lines up there, 3 screws through the top.
And 3 screws. Okay. One, 2, 3. Oh.
All right, that's your muzzle done. Oh. There's 2 pins. Go here and here. Might as well get those in place on this side. There your muzzle's done. Okay, now we're starting to get serious. Let's finish the entire front of the blaster.
All right. Just gonna put these pins in real quick. And then we'll move on. All right. think what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap this real quick. No, that won't work. All
We'll
right,
need
so
the 4 hand grip sections, the hand guard, the hand grip, 2 remaining sections of rail, the receiver, and the riser to finish this up. We'll start by putting, and a 1032 lock nut, bunch of pins and screws. One of these has just straight dovetails. There's a small hole in there to catch a nylock nut that goes metal side up into there. Pin. Top rail has a back to it. And that all goes together. The front matches up with this. You can see the hole where your pin is going to end up. Kind of keep that all the way to the back until you figure out how long the rails are going to need to be. At this point, section 2 goes on for the top rail.
all right, we're going to pause right here. And we're going to go over here. So the rail part that gets a nylock nut, and that slides in. Nylock nut and a pin. Rail part number 2. Okay. Did I forget to print a part? I think I missed a part. This part goes here. Yeah. Unless it's in here. No. Hand guard. Really? Well, now. Don't that just be all? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to screw these ones in place. Flip this around. How on earth did I do that? All right. Go over here and fire up my slicer. New window. Let's see if I can find this part. I didn't miss it. It's not in this 3MF file. Okay. Let's go find the part, I guess. Well, that's not it. Yep, here's the part I need. All right. PLA object. Okay. Let's play. 6-hour print. So, for those of you in YouTube land, this will be instant. For me, this will be tomorrow. We'll be back. I'm going to get this printed and then we'll finish putting it together. And here we have it. All done. All 55 bearings. What's next?
Grab one of your to some major assembly here. Start with the easy thing. Either pick a spring or pick both springs. These will nicely coil in together. This is how it was meant to be. The larger but weaker T21 spring is a little bit shorter than the K12, so just kind of stop it right at the one of the face. This is the face that's going to be against the plunger. Works perfectly well. Okay. Next up, let's get these two pieces together. There's 4 pins here that are fairly deep into the material. Just because the front of the other piece is a bit shallow. There we go. Take the grip part.
All right. Back over to here. Let's first things first. Let's slide this part. In. Okay. Around this. This has to go into here. Cody, you can still chat, bud. We're not.
I'm still here. I was just muted while you was talking and stuff, doing other things.
I just lost a pin.
Well, I can't see any pins with the screen that little, so I'll be no help of telling you, oh, it's over there.
Yeah.
And I think that grid pattern on your mat is not helping the camera pick up lines.
I can get rid of that.
You know, I was looking on the side chat, catching up.
Yeah.
Unrelated to the putting stuff, but what's the story with Steven's picture with the car and the deer?
Oh, it was his buddy's son. Steven just helped him fix a car. He's like, that's it. I'm not. And then he wrecks the car. He's like, I'm not fixing this one. He's like, I could. I'm just not going to. Yeah.
Fair enough.
This is actually going to be easier if you guys look at it this way because we've gone beyond the limits of how high my camera can go. In a minute here, we're going to go beyond the limits of how high I can reach my hand up.
The projects in Dad's garage on a step stool.
This piece.
Speaking of step stool ladder stuff, that is one project I have been heavily debating on doing for our shop, is like a version of one of the sliding ladders, like the library ladders, since we have such high wall space. That would give me more usable stuff if I did shelves.
Oh yeah, that'd be
'Cause
cool.
I ain't
I've
short.
always wanted one
I
of
ain't
those.
gonna reach a 10-foot
You know,
shelf either.
yeah. Uh, the amount of stuff in this garage that I need a ladder to get to.
I just now noticed the SR-71 poster.
Oh yeah, and then we got the Declaration of Independence up there next to it.
Nice.
They came from Wright Pat Air Force Museum. There's some Easter eggs around this garage. There's a shelf over here. It's got Hot Wheels cars and stuff like that for all the different stuff from my childhood. All right, so all the Speed Racer cars, the black on black Pursuit Special from Mad Max, McLaren F1, the Golf, Porsche. What else I got over here? Oh, an AMC Eagle, because that's the car my parents had when I was a kid. One of the Honda Moto little scooters, just because they're freaking cool.
The Moto
And
Kempo.
then, yep, the Moto Kempo. Uh, and then DMC DeLorean. I still need to get a Back to the Future version. There's the flag from my dad's casket. John Force piston out of John Force's Top Fuel Funny car. There's some little Easter eggs around here, like
How did
trophies that
you
my
get
grandfather won and
How did
stuff.
you get that piston from John Force's car? There's got to be a story involved with that.
We were at Night Under Fire. So Top Fuel Funny car, those pistons are only good for like one, maybe two runs, right? And then they stretch too much. So they'll toss them, or they'll a lot of times they sell them. And here's there, and I they have say I don't even sign them, so it cost me like a couple bucks, and he signed it for me, and I put it on the wall.
That's cool. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that as being something that's someone that is thinking of a business mindset there to turn something that would usually be scrap into a marketable merch.
I take it back. It's not the whole piston. It's just a connecting rod.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're only good. They're only good once. I think we're gonna have another problem. I don't think I got enough screws.
Mr. O, you can send me the hardware, but I don't need screws. I got plenty of screws.
No, these are different screws. These are like thread forming screws for plastic and stuff. I might have a few over there in my Nerf stuff. That's
Have
the
you
only
had a
place they're
chance
used.
to use your night owl filament feeder any yet?
I tried, kept having issues with stuff. All right, so we now have most of a blaster. This thing is fucking comical.
You need like an IMAX camera to be able to fit it.
In a wide angle lens. Actually, I think that's what I'm gonna go in here and lock this to
Well,
zoomed
you
all the
need
way out.
you need to come by with the VR camera with the 180, and that'll show it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll turn off AI tracking and
It's
we'll
like I
lock
don't think
this out.
that's what the iPhone meant when they released the panorama photo function.
Oh shit. All right. Let's come back over to y'all. See what's next.
Slot it in there.
Maker Viking, how's it going, man?
Howdy.
Everything
It's going well.
here's lining up.
Working, or just starting dinner, back to working.
Got 4 screws on top
Fred, welcome to chat.
of the riser.
What's happening, folks?
Not much.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy.
All kind of
I'm off work today, but I gotta go to school for a parent-teacher conference.
I did that last night. I was there for almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I'll probably be out for a second. I'm walking away from the house. It'll jump off Wi-Fi. But
And then
So Maker
At any
Viking,
rate,
I
how's
don't think
everybody
you made
screws on the cheap
it.
piece of the
Pretty good.
magwell
I
on
just
either
want
side.
you guys to know this is being recorded along with you guys' audio, but not you guys' faces. What you
Right.
see coming out of in Discord right now is the only thing that's going to show in the video. But this is being recorded for the purposes of upload to YouTube as a video because
Something I will
YouTube
bring
doesn't
up,
allow me
because
to
I didn't
live
mention it
stream Nerf
earlier,
blasters.
about the
I've got to live
40-odd
stream it in Discord,
screws
record the video, and then upload
on the
it
other
as a
side of
video
this blaster.
to
Get there.
YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want you to know that way you don't go making some confession or something live on the internet
Yeah.
talking about your newest
Everyone knows
illegal
every hole
endeavors or
over here
anything like
gets
that.
its own screw. There are 2 at the top.
yeah, well,
and
I
one
do
in
want
the
to
back.
thank Maker Viking for fixing me up on Tinker Atlas. That was
to
some stupidity on
completely
my part.
block all
Had to
this
work
together.
It happens.
All right.
No biggie.
Yeah,
Next
if
up,
anybody watching the video,
the long ass
you
threaded
probably
rod
do 3D printing or you're into
goes into
3D
a
printing
hole
Nerf
right
blasters, go
here,
check out Tinker Atlas.
and it intersects with
It's
the
tinkeratlas.com,
nylock
right?
nut that's
Yeah.
right here.
It
Okay.
is.
yours truly is
screw in a
featured
little
on
bit
there
so it
as a
doesn't want to go
maker.
anywhere.
Yep.
I need to post some more stuff over there.
Next up,
Yeah,
I like to go over there every couple days and check out and see what people have been making.
And they have a Patreon to help support it.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
need some lube, and I
And
mean a lot
it's
of it.
needed and much appreciated.
I would imagine hosting fees are a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, hosting, cache, email, database, and the dev
And
tools.
then
Those are the most expensive, actually.
2 screws on the cheap
Really?
piece of
Yeah.
magwell on either side.
I've never built a website, so I've got a website, ProjectsInDadsGarage.com. There is nothing there.
No.
It just serves as a
Dadsgarage
location
kind of
for
reminds
email
me of
server.
its own Facebook type app for makers, and it features projects and
Something I will bring up because I didn't mention it
individual
earlier about
makers.
the 40
So,
odd
it's
screws
pretty neat.
Yeah,
on the
I
other
like it.
side of this blaster.
Yeah.
Question on you uploading your video. When you're uploading the edited video, do you do it as a premiere so that you still can have your live chat and talk with folks, or do you just throw it up and there it goes?
Everyone
So
knows
I've
every
tried
hole
that
over
a couple
here
times.
gets its own screw.
And
There are 2 at the top and 1 in
long
the back
story short, nobody shows up for it.
to completely lock all this together.
So it's just me standing there watching
Next
my own
up,
video that I was there for in
the
the making.
long ass threaded rod
Yeah.
goes into a hole right here and then intersects
You can
with
always do it like the
the
Nature Channel,
nylock
you know,
nut
just
that's
narrate
right
off to the
here.
side. And here we see a wild Howie do it in his
Screw
habitat.
it in a little bit so it doesn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Next up,
What are you building today, sir?
I will show you.
I
So
did not get
we
to
have
tune in last night at all. It was date night.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Oh yeah, I recognize some of those parts. That thing's a monster.
Yeah. So
You can
shout out
shoot Nerf
shout
bullets
out to
or
Brad.
T-shirts out of it.
If it's white and half of this purple stuff was all printed on my new Elegoo Centauri carbon that Brad gifted to me to the channel. And I must say, I've been thoroughly impressed. It went nonstop from Tuesday morning until yesterday, shortly before I started streaming. Like just nonstop. It's got several kilograms of plastic through it now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it is
At
doing
one point,
exactly what I hoped for. It is being reliable and making you good parts.
That's exactly what it did, man. Like I did it. So every other printer, like I'm watching and making sure, I just loaded filament, hit go. It's down there. It's
Yep.
out of sight. It's out of mind. I look down. Oh, print's done. Great. Let me go grab that. Never even worried about it. Like the first
Yeah.
print I watched. And I'll be honest, we started the Flexi Rex on stream.
Yep.
When we unboxed it. And then I immediately left to go trick or treating. And I got around the corner and I remembered that some people had problems with the wiring at the tool head on that. So I was like, you know what? Let me run back home. I'm going to pause that. Because I didn't want it going for 2 hours, like hit print and walk away for 2 hours on a brand new printer.
Yeah.
Yep. But I've watched it. I've not had an issue with it. I'm sure that at some point that connector, the way it's done, I made sure that like it's not getting any strain put on that. I think I know what's happening for most people that are having that issue on it is, in the factory when it's assembled, if there's not enough slack left in that drag chain, like yeah, it's a drag chain, but the cable still, as it changes radiuses, pulls a little bit, and changes.
Yep.
So if there's not enough, it's going to pull on that connector and try to twist it a little bit. I think that's what's happening for some people. So I made sure
Yep.
that nowhere in the range of motion does that actually pull. Like there's plenty of strain relief up there at that. It's got a little bit of a service loop coming out of it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's not putting anything on that USB-C cable at all. I think that's what's happening with people. I think that's why it's just an intermittent issue that you're hearing about with it and not on everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. It just depends on how much slack was there when it was assembled.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of machines with things like that. The S1, you had to do a little something with the PTFE tube, or it would rub through the PTFE tube up against a little edge on the top of the tool head. You know, the M1 Pro, I had to fish a little bit of cable through and everything. They all seem to have a little something somewhere.
Yeah. All right. No. Stop it. Okay.
The only
Manual
thing you'll
control.
run into with that is the same thing you'll run into on any of these Core XY machines these days, which they're almost all nozzle boopers. That's the Z. So you get a little bit of, I don't know, like Pet G's real bad for it because it's so sticky. You get a little blob of Pet G on the nozzle, and then it goes through and runs its bed calibration, and everything's too high because that little blob kept the nozzle up. That's really it that you really run
Yeah.
into.
All right. Let me get. We're screwing this into that nylock nut, so I want to get this into a few threads. Help if I turn these pliers around the right way.
What'd you say that thing took? About 10 kilograms?
So it's finished parts. You're looking at right around between 6 and 7 kilograms of actual plastic. You need 8 spools, 4 spools of your primary color. So this West 3D Ambrosia's Violet Void. Shout out to them again for sponsoring the filament. Um, you need 4 rolls of this titanium anno. Um, again from West 3D. You need 2 spools of the cool gray. I needed 2 spools of 1 spool of orange. And a little bit of black and a little bit of what's it called? TPU. All right, there we go. We've got that in there, I think. Then let's go back over here to the video.
I need some lube.
All right, so now we're gonna install some plunger stuff. I'm gonna put a little bit of lubrication on this O-ring here in the front. Looking at the mouse in the OBS monitor on my other monitor. Why is this not moving?
Well, I
Plunger
assume
tube.
that shoots those like big extra large rounds,
What's that?
darts. I assume that shoots those big extra large darts.
Yeah. So I'll show you the
XLs, right?
darts here. MXLs, mega extra
MXLs.
large. All right.
You like tape a ransom note to one of them things and launch it through a window.
Yeah. I've got a pile of filament boxes. We're going to try
Love
to
it.
see how many it goes through here in a couple minutes. Since we're
Use
done
up the rest of
building
your
it.
bottle here.
Must have a heck of a spring.
It has a heck of 2 springs, sir. 2 of them screwed into one another.
Oh boy.
Save a little bit for your
The
piston.
spring is bigger than most plunger tubes on regular.
Plunger.
Yeah, I've been going a little lighter with the
What's the
springs
difference between a
because
piston and a plunger?
they weren't very much fun when we were leaving welts on each other.
This will leave it well. Okay, so
Seats down all the way.
we talked about this last night, but the plan is that during the big stream on wrong camera, on November 22nd, building the NG. I can't show the blaster on stream for obvious reasons. But throughout the stream there will be a stream goal of some sort. And if we hit said goal, I'm going to let Steven Marchado, or maybe it'd be more fun if I bring the 6-year-old out to do it. We'll see what time it is, if she's already in bed or not. But if you've watched my video reviewing all the 3D printed Nerf blasters throughout that video, as part of the test, I let her shoot it and I gave it a rating on how bad it hurt, 1 through 10.
Yep.
I'm sure this is going to be well above a 10. But if we hit said stream goal, I'm going to let whoever it is shoot me from 10 feet away with this blaster. Like I said, it's going to be at the end of the stream.
Man, you're gonna get gorilla
Hopefully
punched.
that way, if I end up in the hospital over it, at least the stream will be done. I'll be in the hospital a little early for my surgery, I guess, but it'll save me having to drive down there. They can just airlift me from this hospital down to where I'm getting my surgery.
Yeah.
Always wanted to be in a helicopter.
Get some foam extracted from your midsection.
Yeah, but it will be with the standard tip MXL dart, not with the TPU dart. All right.
You'll have to sneak some Tic Tacs into your mouth, and when the dart hits you, just blow them out of you. Look like your teeth blue.
Yeah, you just make sure that you've taken a deep breath in, right? That way you don't
Yeah,
get hit and suck in a whole bunch of Tic Tacs.
be my luck. How'd he die? Hey, choked to death on a fistful of Tic Tacs. No idea what he's doing. But he smells magnificent.
All right. It's just lots of lube.
You've been buying the stuff from Bears Wares for that?
Now, this came from Moose Mod Shop.
I did it. Is it the same as the silly slug stuff?
Yeah, it's I'm pretty sure it's all the super lube O-ring
Yeah.
lubricant.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, was if there was really any difference from one to another.
All right, there we go.
I got a little stingy with it on the Talon Claw and had to go back and reapply because the O-ring was kind of sticking to the side of the cylinder. And then I had to clean the cylinder, swap the
Yeah,
O-ring.
don't be stingy with it.
Nope.
I've got a big 8-ounce bottle and like countless of these things.
Yep. That was my very first build, and that was one of my first lessons. Yeah, don't be stingy with the O-ring jelly.
There we go. Oh yeah, she's good and slippery now, boys. She's wet and ready. Yes, Karen, I thought she was wet and ready. Oh Lord.
Speaking of that, is the Tube Compact going to make it for that NG Marathon, you think?
Hector said it was.
Nice. Does that basically mount like a Dragon? Is they got screw holes in the top of it?
Yes, it mounts into the. If you're looking for a mount for the Tube Compact, print the Dragon hot end mount.
Yeah, so you still use the medium ducts and everything with it then?
Yeah, whatever one goes with the. I think it's the
Yeah.
short one.
Nope. My Dragon 8, my Dragon High Flow is on medium. It's medium duct, the medium BD sensor mount.
Oh, maybe I ought to print a medium one just to be safe.
Yeah, and then on your aux bands, that'll be the shorter of those two standoff for the medium.
Yeah, I meant to print different
Next
faces
up,
just to be sure I was covered.
rails. If these throw any difficulty,
Yep, I liked that original tool head, but I am
lube
not
them.
sad that when I
we should
redid
go
the
in
tool head, I
nicely.
did 50/50 version. But I did some really good GDS
Pull them out a
time.
little bit toward, bias them a little bit towards the
What are
back.
they, 6,000 RPM
We'll get
fans? They were the
lined
highest
up
RPM
later.
ones I could. And they have not brought sorrow.
Yeah, the fans I've got for the hot end are just the GDS time ones. Like there's nothing wrong with them.
Which
It's
kit
not-
did you end up getting? Was that the Fun Store kit then?
I do not know.
Okay, I was gonna say if it's the Fabrico, he sends like a 9,000 RPM 3010 for the hot end and some. I think they're 9,000s for the 4010s, 4020s for the part cooling.
Yeah,
those honey
unfortunately, it's not the Hector one. It's not the one from Fabrico.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's maybe the Fizek or which.
I thought it was the Fizek kit, honestly. And I don't mean to say unfortunate. I am extremely grateful for it. It's provided by. Oh no, it's Mike. I'm not mad about any of it. Do not get me wrong. I just know that Hector will throw in some extras and stuff. You know what I mean? He likes to make sure everything is. Let's say that Fabrico's care for making sure their customers are taken care of are greater than your equivalent Chinese kit manufacturer like that, like LDO's kit manufacturer, and they do a fantastic job too. But you're like cheap AliExpress kits. All right, so we got some bars inserted.
Okay. That's mostly together. All the things coming out the back. Okay, next up, we'll move on to the stock here.
I have watched this video all the way through. Like I mentioned earlier, I actually did all the video editing for Moose on his assembly guide video. For this and for Bison. I think I'm going to be doing all of his assembly videos going forward, actually.
Nice and seated. This one is going to include the spring spacer for maximum power, and then
all right, so here's a problem. I need to go see if I have any more of these pins. One, there's two. So I need 4 pins in here, and I've only got 2. So the kit from Out of Dark shows up this afternoon. We're going to add the maximum power spacer as well. Got one more long one. Well, I've got some medium length ones. Which I guess is better than no pin, right? Figure the old tap a tap. All right. Then spring goes this way. Oh no. Who'd we lose? Oh, Brad.
Yeah.
So then this is going to go on here, like so. No. All right. Now pull this bar back. And bolt through there. And over there. All right. Let's just pause for 1 second and make sure I'm not missing anything here. Go back over here. Try not to get ahead of myself.
Make this easy for the camera. Everything should line up on the stock. It's hard to do with one hand here. I can see that the bar needs to be pushed back a little. I can do that here from the front. There we go. This is going to be close.
You're back.
I went ahead and hung it up, just making sure that that phone call that came through wasn't broadcasting through to the chat.
Oh yeah, the
I am mobile at the moment, and so it's all through my phone, and then I got a phone call. It was a thing.
happens. All right, so one screw there, and
I found out a really handy use for extra screws left over from silly butt builds. They are just right for putting the hardware for a shelf slide into the back of a cabinet.
nice. Another screw is all the way up here.
That guy still use some paracord or similar for some of the spring action, like in the trigger and slide mechanisms.
What's this now?
Does the Mammoth still use like the paracord or the elastic cord with some of the spring return actions, like around the trigger, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, the trigger return is uses 4mm like elastic strap stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so there's that. Now we'll just kind of pull everything together. So it stops falling apart.
Sometimes you need to be an octopus.
All right. We're nearing the end here.
Pretty curious to hear what kind of a pop that thing makes when it sends a dart out. I bet it's a cool thump.
I bet.
There we go. Let's see where we're at. This pin should be able to come through both sides of this.
It's probably a terrible idea.
Okay. Well,
I picked up the hardware to put a sliding stock on the Talon
just
claw,
pound
but I got
everything
to
together here.
some parts. I got to figure out which files I gotta print. Fella.
That'd be fun. Sliding stop. You
Next
said.
major thing, we're going to put
Yeah,
the
it's just got
nylock
some
nut
round
back
linear
here.
rods, and they go. I saw one print, and it's got the loops on it that they slip into, and then
Use
you got
this to
a
tighten.
male thread on the end of those rods, slides in there, put a washer and nut on there. Then it can slide forward and back. It's neat. These guys really put some thought into some of this stuff.
At some point,
Is this the right size?
let's start to close up a little. There we go.
I'm gonna need a thinner one. So I ain't gonna get rid of it. Let's go in there. Yeah, that'll go in there. All right.
There it goes. You see the whole the gaps filling in. All right. At this point, we need to test to see where the tension rod is in relation to the whole thing.
That's no bueno. It's spinning down there inside of it.
I'm trying to line up the hole here with the bar, and this bar is a tiny bit short compared to where the frame is.
That is all the way the hell down here. It's a lot of taking apart to get to. All right.
I'll be able to take a little filament string and stick it in the hole and then run the screw in. Extra little bit makes it grab. If that's a screw into plastic.
No, there's a captured nut all the way down at the end here. Let me get it here on the camera. So
captured nut that's either out of place or not captured.
It stop moving. I turned the AI tracking off. Please stop with the AI tracking. I want you to just look right over here. You just look right there. So all the way down here, this threaded rod runs the entire length of this. There's a captured nylock nut down here. I'm running through some hardware stuff. See if I've got a nut that size. It's an M6 nut. That hardware is all way too big. Just the right size. There we go. If I can get it down to it and it starts applying pressure from both sides, it'll grab enough to let me tighten it,
There you go.
even without it being captured. Honestly, once it's squeezing on something, it ain't gonna go anywhere.
Right. Did you see that double barrel that they made out of 2 slab kits?
A double barrel shotgun?
Yeah, well, it just shoots a regular short dart out of each barrel, but yeah, it looks like a sawed-off street sweeper.
Oh, I
It's
don't know. There's the
basically a
stagecoach
pair
that
of
takes
slabs
this.
side by side.
I haven't seen that one. There's the stagecoach that takes 2 celly shelves. That shows up today from out of darts. They sent that over to me.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks pretty cool too. Yeah, I was really thinking about that. I don't remember what they named it, but it's basically 2 slabs side by side with a single lever. But you clip 2 clips into it, and
Oh, cool.
one for each barrel, and the one lever primes both sides at once. It's pretty neat, but it's a little bit cost prohibitive, and like $120 for 2 kits.
Yeah. At that point, you put yourself into a lot of other blasters at an entirely different tier.
Yeah,
It just depends on whether you're in for the gimmick or not.
yeah.
If you're like, I've built everything else, I just want the gimmick.
I thought about it real hard for a minute, and doing it in that Amolin filament that I showed you that comes out looking a lot like wood. And I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? For that price, I could build a couple of other.
Okay, that's a key Russian card. That's a card. All right. Where to X balls?
Every once in a while, I run across a project that just trips the impulse trigger, and that one was almost one.
Yeah.
So I got the hole lined up and got it started. I need.
All right. We've already done this stuff.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Barrel time. You'll notice that my barrel sticks out more. It's because mine has a little extra something to go with it.
Did you get a little longer barrel tube to be able to put that big B car on?
A big B car goes on it regardless, but this is just bonus length of more FPS. hit harder, do more damage, make men cry.
Sure, it will. If those half darts sting like they do, them big darts are going to punch.
So there's that.
Nice.
And then
See you on
Mhm.
stream tomorrow with big black eyes. Like, what happened? 6-year-old got a hold of the mammoth.
now he recommends using a couple dabs of super glue so that you can get this back off if you need to. Because it's PLA, and acetone dissolves ABS. Acetone dissolves super glue, rather. But not PLA. So technically, you put a little bit of acetone down in here and get this muzzle brake off if you needed to. It's probably going to be a little bit easier to clock if it's here versus standing. All right. So there's that. Now, there's just the matter of these the bipod. So there's one.
Oh, yeah. I would imagine with that kind of length on it, you would want a python. You're not going to want to hold that barrel up for a long, long time.
Oh God, my hand. All right. I think we need a short screw though. What is this? Is this an M5 by chance? No, not an M5.
Just digging through my info. Needed some to secure the drill jig. Got the door frame. Clicky. So I ended up with the 550s instead of 500s.
See if this goes in all the way. Oh, it's shorter than this still. The heck?
Yeah, I'm glad you did the Octo Everywhere thing. I had it in my head and I had stuff together to get it done. And it just been kind of sitting on it, not moving forward. And then you brought it up the other day and did your video on it, set mine up. I am
Yeah,
liking it.
it's nice being able to check on your stuff. Wait a minute. Which way does this go on?
And these thicker, small springs. So line it up. Put the peg in here. Drop in a nut. Put the square end of the spring, because it's going to be cut in half from full length.
Oh, I
The
see.
square
now.
end goes
See, this is why
toward the bipod, and it goes around the screw.
This is why we watch the video. This is why we pay attention to the instructions.
Yeah.
So this doesn't seem right. All right. That also explains why the spring situation was a little off. It's because I was missing a spring. All right, so spring on screw. Spring on screw. Screw go in. So it kind of holds tension on it, but also you can pull the bipod out. It's all starting to make sense now. This one.
Most of the videos are pretty decent on the assembly.
What's that?
Most of the videos for the assemblies are pretty decent.
Yeah, like I said, I even edited this one. I did all the video editing for this and the Bison assembly video.
Yeah, the Bison was another pretty cool.
Yeah.
I haven't done any reskins yet, but there's a couple of interesting out there too.
There we go. Now I should be able to pull it out, flop that around. Holy cow. She'd be heavy.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah. So who's taller?
Pretty close, I think.
Yeah.
7 kilos plus hardware. Buy the filament, but the gravity is free.
All right. So now, oh crap! I should have put the bipod away. All right. We need an optic. All right. So here we go. So open this up.
Couldn't wait.
Steven, how's it going?
Couldn't wait. You got the part off the printer and you just had to build your bazooka.
There's some truth there.
Let's get our.
Yeah, how it is. Yeah, like a kid at Christmas.
I've waited patiently. I've had this kit since the day you came down or over for that Nerf war, man. It's been quite the wait.
So now you're going to get up every morning. You're going to tell your wife, I'm going downstairs for cardio, and you're going to cock that thing 2 or 3 times, and now you've got your exercise.
Yeah, that's about it. So
Yeah, you could probably get shot in the chest with that thing for CPR.
We'll find out the 22nd.
shoot me once, my heart stops. Like,
No, I'll
his
take
heart
one.
stops. Shoot him again. Shoot him again.
I'll take
Clear.
one.
All right.
I'll
They
take
don't need
one.
no thinking defibrillator.
Well, we could. I've got a CPR dummy hanging right there that we can test this against. Okay. All right. So
Bonus
this
if the head falls off.
Well, it's kind of hanging by the head, I think.
goes on there. This
It's a
one.
tight fit. Rotate that. There you go. So when you got the kit, did the scope come with it?
No.
Oh well.
Goes like such. Back one goes in like thus. All right. So there's Mammoth Greg.
I like the colors you picked on too.
Don't hit the ceiling. Can we get it all in one place? Can we get it?
I think your video
There you
froze,
go.
little brother.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Now we have to stow our bipod.
That's literally taller than you.
We were just having a comparison. Maker Viking said it was too close to call.
Yeah,
No,
at least from the angle we had then.
no. When you put two items at the same angle.
Dab super glue. All right. Yeah. There you go. I think it's pretty damn close.
It is.
Listen, pay no mind to what anybody tells you. That blaster is 6 feet tall, and so am I, okay? All right.
It's the national average.
Now, last bit. We got to put together some mags. So, drum spring. Just kind of goes here, back down into there. There's our drum spring.
Hey, what I reprinted my drums out of Pet G. It's kind of shiny, the Creality Hyper, and it's kind of shiny, kind of slippery. Man, they work. They work super. PLA ones worked okay, but they would hang up sometimes. But when I redid them in Pet G, they are just.
As big as that is, I'm surprised it's not using two of those.
Yeah, but it works really well. Screwdriver. One mag.
Oh, you did get the multi-mag done.
I did, yes.
I've still got to build that other 31K and Nessie.
Yeah, I got a crush kit on the way. Hardware kit. Doing that one. Stepdaughter in pink and magenta.
All
I
right.
finished Shellfish last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go get some darts.
Moment of truth.
Now, got one round, 70 millimeter standard MXL. So, Load that up.
Bang forward.
The Nerf blaster home defense system.
All right. So here's the deal, guys. We are not going to be able to get both the blaster and
And
the
the target.
CPR dummy all in one frame. It's just not going to happen, right? So
But all we need to do is see you cock the thing, and then you can put it on the CPR dummy.
so, in order to cock it, you take it and you just pull it back. You run it forward. All right. Turn on our red dot. Are we on the CPR dummy? We are. All right. Let's put our magazine in. Run the bolt forward. And
Missed the target.
what did it hit?
It hit the tent, not the dummy.
Okay.
That's exhausting.
Well, it blew itself off of the bipod, so there's that. It didn't put a hole through the tent, so there's that. All right. So
Just had to
grab
get
our
it
magazine.
target, huh?
I'm looking because I've seen what this thing does to sheet metal, so I'm actually waiting for that inanimate dummy to actually physically change its facial expression.
We'll go this way. So,
That's funny. I didn't buy one with a no mouth.
it takes some force.
Shay did it.
He wasn't lying about your cardio.
I hit above or below it last time.
I'm not in a spot to really look at it that good.
It
Yeah,
bumped
it
him
was
pretty good.
off to the right, wasn't it?
Okay, just for the record, in the time it's taking you to cock that and get off 2 rounds, I've done shot you 6 times with my shellfish.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. Dun, 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 dun.
Might call for a little bit of "You Could Be Mine" by Guns N' Roses in the background.
I got to talking to somebody about a Jericho last night.
Did you? All right, we got 6 boxes here. Trying to figure out some way to give it some support behind it. Behind the boxes. So let's topple over. Chair. Table with boxes.
Do you get any whistle out of the dart?
Uh,
You got enough
so
behind it.
everybody says that it'll whistle once it slows down. So
Mine whistles.
So you're probably a little too close to catch the whistle.
well, it's going too fast to whistle. And then once the
Right.
dart slows down.
Right. So if you were aiming at something farther away, chance to slow down and whistle before the hit.
Yeah, so we've got TPU head.
Like a good band name.
Okay. And testing pass.
All right. How many did we get through? Well, ended out the first one.
Nice.
And stopped in the second.
That is impressive.
No.
Imagine how much that would have done if that was a small half dart with that same force applied.
Well,
You can scale down.
Maybe
silly
hanging out of the dummy's nostril after it went through the boxes.
we can do Moose's most powerful half dart size blaster as a
Here we go.
comparison.
Is that the 31K?
No, it's the Bison.
Now, sadly, I have to hop off of here and run into a meeting. But if y'all are still around when I come out, I will jump back. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you soon.
See you, Brad. All right, so
If you firing the mammoth?
I did fire the mammoth. So this is the we're doing a comparison for penetration test. So this is the Bison. This just got released. Half dart.
That went 3 deep.
That's what I told her.
It went in through the first and stopped inside of it. So through 1.5 boxes on the MXL and half a box on Bison. Now, where did that dart go?
Uh-oh, you better find it.
Is it in the tent? It is in the tent. So I can tell you, you're not going to get to fire your MXL darts a whole heck of a lot out of this thing. It is going to eat them alive. The crumple zone is real. I know that comes across my camera. So yeah, that is Mammoth Greg by Misplaced Moose and Evan. Because
That thing was
reasons.
holding it.
Uh,
It don't
all
look
right.
that big now, be holding it.
I gotta stop this recording.